I understand that fighters are a big tradition, a big thing that has existed across many editions of classic games and across many contemporary games. However, I think the fighter class has overstayed its welcome and it deserves to be removed from TTRPGs. Um, this largely has to do with the fact that they kind of hamper the addition of new classes. Whenever a new martial class comes out, you inevitably hear someone in the audience go, why isn't this a fighter subclass? And I think you can simply dismiss that person, but also I think what they're saying has weight. Why not be a fighter subclass? And my response to them would be that okay, let's remove the fighter class and also let's remove subclasses. I think that classes can do enough to illustrate a fantasy, and I think any subclass narrative is worthy of being its own class. This probably won't work in TTRPGs where classes are these massive monoliths, but in a system like Shadow Dark or Vagabond, where classes are very concise and easily digestible, subclasses just become relevant. And I think TTRPGs should work more towards being concise and being lean. Um, Fighters do not offer that. Um, like, look at a monk, and look at a paladin, look at a ranger. We end up in this thing of just describing these classes as fighter variants. And it's like, yeah, why isn't monk a fighter subclass? Why isn't paladin a fighter subclass? Why do we have subclasses? I think TTRPGs are better without fighters and without subclasses. I think if we're going to do class-based systems, I think each class should deliver a very specific fantasy and a very specific style of doing their thing. A generic fighting man, eh, nothing's happening there, right? Give me a class of an unarmed fighter. Give me a class of a fighter that also pulls on divine power. Give me a class of a fighter that pulls from natural magic. But generic fighter class, eh, I don't think he owes his space um in the book.